Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sugoi Boyz podcast, the greatest thing your ears could ever hear in existence. Oh my god, I could hear myself. I forgot that I have to mute the actual YouTube thing.
It's okay. I'm just listening to Final Fantasy IX music right now.
Welcome, Killer Sushi. It is an important weekend for the world. Not only the people in the chat, but the entire world. Because it not only was it my birthday on Saturday, yesterday. Today is the Art of Anime's birthday. Happy birthday, Art of Anime.
Justin, you're out of the loop here. Sorry, you can't be part of this podcast anymore.
Yeah, sorry. You weren't born, right?
I was born in 97, so I'm the baby of the family.
You weren't born at the right time, and you can't be choked
we are
by
your
a birthday.
senpai.
Yes, I believe we're both older than you, so it applies. How old are you now, Art?
25.
Oh, okay. I'm the girl. I'm 26. Sadly, I'm on the other side. I'm closer to 30 now than I am 20, and I feel it. But yeah, so very special weekend. We got older. You know, not everybody does that. Sometimes people die when they are killed, and that's the way it should be.
People die when they are killed. That is just Fate's Stay Night in a nutshell.
Whoa. Hey, in certain circles, you could say nothing wrong about UFO table. You can't. They're perfect at everything.
Yeah.
Every Kara no Kyokai film is a classic. Even that shitty sixth one that I haven't watched anymore.
The sixth one wasn't that great.
I haven't seen any since 6.
I love Kara no Kyokai, but the sixth one was just so boring.
They're on Netflix now. I want to rewatch all of them, mostly because the first 5 or
9 of them.
Yeah. I don't know if they have all. I know they have at least the 7.
Well, no, actually, there's the first 6. There's the bridge movie, which is the 8th. The final movie, which is labeled the 7th. So no. Okay, wait. The first 6, the bridge movie, which would be the 7th.
I think it was 7 at first.
There's extra chorus, and then there's one more.
Because I thought 7 was A Study in Murder Part 2, because 6 is the shitty one. 6 is Oblivion Recording.
I don't know the English names of them.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know the really long Japanese sentences.
I also barely remember the Japanese names of them, so I know them by number.
I'm pretty sure that the crappy one about his sister is 6, which is called Oblivion Recording.
Yeah, because the first one was the one about the company.
Study in Murder Part 1. Or Overlooking View. The
second one was about the mystical eyes of depth perception.
Yeah, that's Study in Murder Part 1. 3.
The third one was about the girl that got raped.
Yes, that's remaining sense of pain, which I actually like that one.
Fourth, I don't remember.
It's about Toko, the puppet girl.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Her I don't know if it's like her back. It's something that happened before she met the main guy.
And the fifth one was like
the Paradox Spiral. Really good one.
Fifth one was like the really good one.
Paradox Spiral is fucking awesome.
It had like those amazing fight scenes, and it was the introduction of Rio, if I remember.
I don't remember his name.
The main antagonist from 7.
Yeah, and the fights are really, really cool.
It's been such a long time since I've seen them.
And then you have me here, who has no idea what they're talking about.
Garden of Sinners, dude. Oh man, in certain circles, that's like you have to watch it.
I've never seen Garden of.
It's on Netflix, not Netflix, Crunchyroll now. They're pretty good movies. They're not like a lot of people will tell you they're like Jesus incarnate, the movie. I mean, they look really good, but they're not all balls to the wall entertaining. But the ones that are, mostly 5, are really entertaining. Like, aside from that, it's just like a paranormal sort of investigation team with this one girl who can see the death in things, which is really hardo, by the way.
It's basically I See Dead People, the anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very true. So I guess my question, this is coming off, but this is not a thing that's happening. So sort of my topic I was thinking of today was, now that I'm a year older, it makes me reflect on my time as an anime fan and a manga fan. And I was thinking, at first I was thinking back like 5 years ago, how as my taste and everything changed. But 5 years ago, I wasn't watching anime. I was in a lull where I wasn't watching anything or reading anything. So if I think back to like where I had first started compared to now, I'd say it's way different. Like, I'm drastically a different type, I think, of, maybe not a type of anime fan in like the whole spectrum, but in terms of like what I think is good versus like what I think is shitty and what I want to spend my time watching is much different nowadays. I guess my taste, my palate is a little matured now. Yeah, I guess let's make Justin, the non-birthday boy, go first. I guess, when did you start watching anime, Justin? About like a year in age, maybe.
Well, I mean, since he's the youngest one, he probably got introduced, coming straight out of the womb. He probably heard the Pokemon theme song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you're not wrong. Same thing with the Dragon Ball theme song.
Okay. Both are good theme songs. That's fine.
But I didn't know they were anime, so I don't know if I would count that.
I'm exactly the same.
I thought they were just cartoons, as most of us did.
I think that's basically our generation in a nutshell right there.
Yeah. But the first time I watched an anime and I knew it was an anime was Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. And
is that like the fucked up dark one?
The one that's based on the manga.
I didn't even know that had an anime adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never came over here, that's why.
Damn you, 4Kids.
Look, but, 4Kids would have made that like one episode.
I don't know. They probably would just dub the opening.
There's literally no way 4Kids could have actually adapted that.
No.
So the first anime you saw, knowing it was anime, was a subbed anime? Was sub? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I was a little confused, but I got with it because I was a fan of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And that also ties into how I got into manga. But
you picked up that first volume of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was in 5th grade, and it was study hall, and my teacher had like this rack of books, and one of them was a Shonen Jump, and it had Yu-Gi-Oh! Cover. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. And so I open it up, and I see Joey being like chased down by a man with a chainsaw, and there was no card games.
Wow.
It was about Joey trying to survive the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Card games and chainsaw.
I was like, wow, this is really interesting.
And I bet you were waiting for that to happen in the show.
Yeah. It never happened. But the first time I got into the anime community was in 2011 when I saw Soul Eater. And I got really into Soul Eater, and I wasn't a fan of the ending. So I basically went on my own journey. The next anime I watched was Rosario Vampire. And then it was Girls Bravo. And I
don't know why.
At that time,
we're starting to go down a slope here.
At that time, I thought no anime can be bad. And I saw Girls Bravo, and I was like, I made a mistake.
Nice.
But then everybody in my high school was like really into anime when Attack on Titan was really popular. So I started talking with them, and I watched Attack on Titan, really liked it. But there was this one person who was obsessed with Fairy Tail.
Oh my god, Justin, you're going to talk about this.
That's a good I'll give it that.
He is okay, so he's not a bad person at all, but like he loves Fairy Tail to death. And then we had the whole like death battle, who will win. It was Goku versus Natsu, and he was the only one that picked Natsu, and he would defend it until the day he died.
Doesn't that guy just like shoot fire? Isn't that all he does? He just like has firepower.
Yeah, he's a wizard. He's a fire wizard.
He's a wizard, Harry.
He
He's
is
a dragon wizard guy.
So after that,
I'm sure that's
so after
underplaying
that,
Natsu on some level, but I'm not very knowledgeable on him.
so after I talked to him and hung out with him, it got me to watch older anime, like Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fruits Basket, and shows like that.
So how old were you at this point?
I was 17 or 18,
Okay, and you said this was in 2011?
I think.
Okay. I can give you
Might have
older
been.
anime at that point in time. I'm like, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking 5th grade, and I'm like, older anime, Cowboy Bebop, when you were in 5th grade? What?
And then I watched Gundam, and I realized what my tastes were gonna be like.
Which
I saw-
Gundam?
I saw Gundam Wing,
Okay.
and I wasn't a fan of it, so I realized that I'm not going to be a fan of most mecha.
Gundam Wing defines most mecha.
I don't know.
Is that how it goes?
I
I've
don't
never
know.
seen any Gundam
That-
besides Gundam G Gundam,
That was my
which doesn't count,
junior
I
high
guess.
school mentality.
That was your junior high school mentality?
Yep.
So how would you say
Um,
that your taste has changed, or you as a fan of this medium? What has changed about you from then to now?
I surely hope he's changed his mind on mecha.
No, it's still changed.
well, that happened, and I realized that not every anime is 10 out of 10. But
Every
also,
anime-
I've learned to appreciate the animes that are bad. Like, I appreciate their existence because there's people out there that like them. Like Fairy Tail. You know, but like a lot of people do, and it's okay.
And look,
I
to
hope
be
we have-
fair, if you never had Fairy Tail, you would have had Black Clover.
Exactly.
Oh, great.
If we never had Fairy Tail, we would never have the continuation of Naruto, Boruto.
But if you're gonna watch Boruto, have you ever watched Boruto's dad?
Yeah, I watched his dad.
I like Boruto's grandpa.
I like Minato's son the most.
I
Yeah.
like Minato's dad. How come that guy doesn't get his own show?
How
Where the fuck was
didn't-
he?
How come
Imagine how
Minato
strong
didn't
he
get his own
was.
show?
But really, that's it. Really,
They need to make a Naruto prequel about Minato, like a full-on series.
I don't know about Minato's
Well-
grandfather.
well, in the Shippuden, apparently there's a bunch of like flashback arcs, so you might have gotten that.
I don't care if they would flashback arcs, reanimate them and make them their own series and call them Minato, so we can make Naruto's dad jokes
The before Naruto.
before Naruto. And
No
then
one
we can
call
get
you
Minato's father and Minato's grandfather.
Yeah.
Now I'll call him Matoy asks, but what about Makoto from, well, you know, do you mean School Days?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
what
that's
supposed to be? I haven't seen School Days. I don't know who
seen
here
School
has.
Days.
Oh, all right.
Me and him watched School Days together, and
Of course
you
you
know,
did. Why am I not surprised?
it's not a bad show. It's not a bad show.
It's not. I used to think it was a bad show because everyone said it was a bad show, but now that I've watched it twice, I don't think it's a bad show.
Oh,
That's-
you've watched it twice. I wouldn't give it a rewatch, but
That's something
I
wanted
watched
to
it
touch on.
after I finished Girls Bravo, and I thought this was terrible because Black Critic guy said it was. So I thought, hey, he knows everything.
look, Tony's a
But-
nice guy and everything,
He is.
but he gave a Kame Ga Kill a 10 out of 10 epic
Yeah.
masterpiece.
Why does he like Akame ga Kill? If you're in this chat and you like that, oh my god, I might not be a fan of you anymore. We might not be friends.
Okay,
just
look,
kidding. Keep
look,
watching.
I'm going to be honest. I thought Akame Ga Kill was an amazing action show. But it
It
was
has-
not an amazing story. It was a garbage story.
It had some of the worst tone shifts I've ever seen in a show. It would have a dramatic moment where someone literally just died in front of you, and then they're making boob jokes and they're I'm hungry jokes. and
You
shit.
have to admit, the character concept of Seryu Ubiquitous was actually pretty cool. gun grafted
really
into her mouth.
I like Akame. I like her poison sword.
Weird
that I like that.
It had great concepts. Like the fights were decent. They just dropped the ball in every other direction.
There's only one character that matters in Akame ga Kill, and that's Esdeath.
Esdeath is hot.
The best part is it's called Akame ga Kill, and the main character is Tatsumi.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Rip Scissors Girl.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember her name.
Never remember. That's so one thing I kind of wanted to piggyback off of what J-Chip was saying about an appreciation of stuff that isn't that great is like back in the day I would see not even back like a couple years ago when I had first gotten back into anime because I had been sort of away from it for a couple years. I had checked out like I started seeking shows that like everybody was like, oh hey, this is like almost like a must watch. Like I finally watched like Brotherhood, and that was fucking amazing.
You were like watching FMA, Bebop,
Brotherhood, yeah, Bebop,
Attack on Titan.
Titan, I didn't do it till a little later. I did Trigun.
And we're going here.
Yeah, but no, I'll be nice to it. Trigun. Back then I was like so disappointed by it that if I had like written like a blog post about Trigun back then, I would have been like super pissed and super complainy about it. But now that I've been shown Super Kid and Spectral Force and what else is really bad?
Captain of Cosmos. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that.
Sleeping with
I don't
Hinako.
know. Yes, thank you. Sleeping with Hinako. Yeah. But it made me, like, there is always, like, all these people on the internet that write posts and posts about, like, shows that, oh, this show is so awful, 1 out of 10, never watch this.
Like giving, like, SAO a 1 out of 10 or Frank's 1 out of 10.
Go watch Super Kid. Go watch Spectral Force is an OVA. It's like 2 episodes. It is awful. Okay, it is. The animation looks like, and I haven't even hit the iceberg that's Garzy's Wing yet. I really want to watch Garzy's Wing because I want to watch something that I think I'll give a -1 out of 10. Because every clip I've ever seen of Garzy's Wing makes me want to not see animation.
I kind of want to watch Ghost Stories in the original Japanese dub.
Oh my god!
How terrible it is.
Have fun with that.
I didn't even finish the dub. I thought it was funny, but I got tired of it.
It's funny, but it gets repetitive.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, like for me, I guess it's similar to Justin that I know I now have seen what is truly shitty, and I know not to just. And then conversely, I think I'm still like this. I'm very, very positive for the most part. Like,
unless it's Trigun.
Hey, I defended Trigun in this. I said it's not as bad as Spectral Force. That's good, and it's not as bad as Super Kid.
Okay, say something positive about Super Kid.
Trigun, Super Kid. It made me laugh
in a good way.
Trigun didn't really make me laugh. Yeah, Super Kid made me laugh. They got the guy who they removed his teeth. He had like dentures. He was like this green monster guy, and then for some reason they pulled his teeth out. I don't know. It was kind of funny for like no reason. And the ship that the girl gets into in that show is like the animators like forgot how it looked on the inside because every time she gets into it, it has a different design, and that was also really funny. And the parts where they're flying and it's just like literally like one. It's just like one cell and just like a background, the same background going back, the same 3 clouds over and over again because that's how the sky looks in Korea.
American cartoons did that all the time. Shut up.
Hey, yeah, well, we're not as good at cartoons except for Avatar and Ruby. And Steven Universe is pretty cool.
And Legend of Korra.
I thought Steven Universe season 1 was okay, but like after that, I kind of lost interest in it.
I haven't seen it in a while. I was caught up until like 6 months ago, so which means I probably missed like 3 episodes because the first episode.
Isn't it on like season 6 or something?
I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. I think like I'm still I think a little too positive about things, but I think me knowing what's really shit kind of feeds into that. And at the end of the day, I've always tried to like dig entertainment out of whatever I'm getting. So like Scryed right now, which I'm rewatching and Justin's watching, I think for the first time, is not a great show, but it is.
As I said, it wasn't.
It is. It's
some reckless fire.
It's entertaining. It is reckless fire. And it is entertaining in its own way. But I'm interested in how Art of Anime will chronicle his I don't know, journey.
I don't have anything like unique to say. Like, realistically, I just think I got less negative over time. That's it.
Is there any series or, I guess, and this would be for everybody, I guess. Is there a not even series or genre or something that you liked way more back in the day, but now you're sort of done with it? Like maybe you watched too much mecha back in the day, or now you wish you watched.
Okay, it's funny you bring that up because it's not that I'm actually done with the genre. It's more like I feel the genre needs to reinvent itself.
Okay.
And since Matoy's in chat, he can relate to this because we like went ham with watching all these kinds of shows. Like ecchi harems have lost their charm.
Ooh, the ecchi harem. Okay.
Like you had Rosario Vampire, which was a trashy ass show, probably average at best.
But Love Hina.
I didn't actually watch Love Hina.
I know that's
I watched Love
one.
Hina.
I have not seen any of these besides the only ecchi thing I've seen is
you had Sekirei, which was like it was basically anime Dead or Alive.
Okay.
Is it the beach ball edition or whatever?
No, not the beach ball. Not Dead or Alive volleyball.
Yeah, that.
But just that genre itself, I think it ended up peaking with Nisekoi for me. And
I was about to ask about how you thought about Nisekoi.
After I saw Nisekoi, I was like, everything after that just it felt bad.
Okay.
It was like,
have you seen Heaven's Lost Property?
Yes, I've seen that, and they ended it horribly.
Are you kind of like you're saying like the movie?
Yes, the movie.
Okay, I haven't seen the movie.
The show didn't
Skip
end very well
it.
either.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really want it to, and I'm sorry to jump on what you were talking about, but like, the thing with me in Heaven's Lost Property is similar to have you ever seen Is This a Zombie?
I dropped it after one episode.
Okay.
Because the first scene is literally about how fart humor is bad, and the end of the scene is a fart joke, and I'm like, okay, that is just fucking dumb.
Oh, the show's you gotta try it again, dude. That show's really funny.
I got through the first episode. I'm like, I don't like a single one of these characters.
Oh my god, oh my god, dude. The main dude is fucking. He gets better. He's hilarious later on. The girls can get like to be a little too much, but I have the same feeling with that show as I did with Heaven's Lost Property, where like I didn't like where they tried to like have an actual plot. Like every time they would try and get like it's like I think it's episode 1 of Heaven's Lost Property. Like he makes like a wish or something, and like I think everyone in the world goes away or something like really fucked up happens, and then they end up like Deus Ex Machina, and then it goes back to being like boob fishing, And then it goes back to like, I wanted more, that kind of show. Give me some more boob fishing.
Well, here's the thing. I like that you mentioned that because I think that was one of the appeals of Heaven's Lost Property as well as No Game, No Life, where that, aside from the moment you mentioned, like, I think where ecchi harems shine in general is when they don't really have a serious plot, and at the same time, they don't have a lack of plot. They have a somewhat sensical plot, but it's more about the characters getting into really weird situations. Like, I don't want to watch an ecchi harem about the literature club just being the literature club. I want to watch an ecchi harem about the New World Discovery Club with a guy that literally sits there thinking he's going to find new things and them singing about my tingly nips.
Yeah, and it's, like, there's a homeless kid.
Fucking hilarious.
Who lives by the water, who lives by a river. No one that bothers no one.
I think a lot of the shows that, at least that I've seen now, are just there for boobs, really. That's subtracting like High School DxD and To Love Ru, because I think those are like the only like standard of that kind of genre now. But To Love Ru's kind of in like a hiatus area, and DxD just started up again with Hero. Well, I think that just ended.
Matoy just said no one loved watermelons like Icarus. That's true. No, there's a guy in Skryed who likes watermelons a little more than Icarus.
Is a guy with a big magnum?
He's really into... That's a different guy. We'll get to Big Magnum in a moment, but at some point.
There's a guy in Bleach that likes watermelons a lot.
Oh. Must be a Japan thing. They have powers themed around watermelons. But
they bring their watermelons to the beach so they can smash them.
My big gripe with Is This a Zombie lies in season 2, because season 2 kind of goes as to like what along the lines of like what you were talking about. Like season 1, you had this like it was kind of them just gaining girls into the cast that would live in the house, and everybody has like a supernatural tie. So like there's like a vampire, there's a girl who's a vampire ninja. There's actually two vampire ninja girls. There's a necromancer, and then there's instead of a Maho Sojo, she's a magical garment girl, and she has a chainsaw. So she's also part of the group. So at first it's just adding these like ridiculous things, and at the end of season 1 they have like a serious like a pseudo serious battle with like this guy from the necromancer girl's past and stuff like that. But it's also like insane. Like people are riding on like spirit whales and stuff. Like it's still like nuts. But then like season 2, they try and have this like pseudo kind of serious villain, but they're still like making all these like weird jokes, and then it doesn't even like pan out.
Flash.
Yeah, and it's just it was really weird. So that's why I've never bought season 2. I don't think I ever will, because season 1 was enough for me. It's kind of like if they took like imagine if they took like Cromartie High School and then they made like Cromartie High School 2, and then it was like all of a sudden they have some weird like they actually have a plot line where it's multiple episodes of them having a battle tournament against another school, but it's serious. Like I don't need that. I just need Mekazawa, who apparently no one realizes is a robot besides one dude.
I think the biggest offender of this, have either of you seen Ikitosen?
I have not.
The English
name for it was
Battle Vixens.
I saw one episode on Netflix and I dropped it because it was stupid.
I have not seen it.
Did you watch it dubbed or subbed?
I watched it dubbed.
Okay, so you can relate. Let me ask you, was the reason that you thought it was dumb every time they mentioned the romance of the 3 kingdoms?
Yeah. It was that. And the plot was really stupid.
Okay, so you haven't seen it, Miasma, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, so it's an ecchi show with some really decent fight scenes. but the plot is just so serious that it hurts.
Okay.
So like this guy comes to a new school and he has this earring that like marks him as a fighter. Like he's going to a school to learn how to fight.
Okay.
And there's going to be this big like tournament where the schools fight each other. Basically what you were saying with Cromartie season 2.
Cromartie season 2 is Iki Tosin.
And like, so everything is written in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It's based very tightly on that story.
Okay.
So it like puts all of its characters into roles from the actual like romance, and they are so hard pressed that their destiny lies in the romance that they never try to break from the romance. So this one character is dying and they're like, I already knew I would die, for it was written in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Oh. And the other characters are like, well, we can't save him because he wasn't saved in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Wow.
And keep in mind, there's 4 seasons to this show.
I'm sure it gets better because the art style gets better. I hope
I don't know.
Story does.
I've heard people say that it gets worse.
Oh, if it gets worse than season 1, then you might be looking at the next Super Kid.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And this time it wasn't made by Korea.
How is your what was interesting to me about one of Justin's answers was his first thing that he watched when he like knew what anime was a subbed show, whereas I did not watch anything subbed for like years until Naruto until Shippuden.
I think
Like,
my
Shippuden
first
had got
subbed
up.
show was actually Tokyo Ghoul.
That was the first show I watched when I came back to anime, and I thought I wanted to touch on that show too because I used to think that show was amazing. Like I used to think that it was the coolest.
Okay, hold on. Are we talking season 1 or season 2?
Season 1.
Okay. I like season 1.
It's good, but it's not like when I first watched it, it was the first time I had really watched anime in like 3 or 4 years, and back then I was like, this is a 10 out of 10. But I thought it was really good, and now I give it like a 7. But it's still like
that's still fair.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I own Root A, and I have the collector's edition of Tokyo Ghoul actually, and then I got Root A as well, because by the time I had actually watched Tokyo Ghoul, I think Root A had just started, and then I watched like Root A, and I was like, this is kind of weird. Where's Kaneki at? I like Juzo a lot, but
Did you ever read the manga?
the first like 4 volumes, and then I kind of
Okay, so let me tell you, like where Route A starts in the manga, they completely changed the
different.
story.
Yeah.
Like you remember in Route A that whole plot point about where's Kaneki? He's
Yeah.
going missing. We can't find him.
He went to Aogiri, and doesn't he like not do that in the manga?
Tsukiyama and Hinami knew where he was.
Oh,
They visited him multiple times, and they would relay information back to, what the fuck was the cafe's name?
Anteku.
Anteku, yes. So, Kaneki was never missing in the manga. No, not a lot of people had contact with him, but he had contact with Hinami and Tsukiyama.
Matoy says Route A anime is special.
The sad part is Tokyo Ghoul is like one of his favorite shows.
Oh,
So even he says Route A is special, you know.
how's
the problem.
season 3 going? If you're watching that, Matoy, or have you seen season 3 at all?
I haven't watched season 3 yet,
I'm all done with that.
but
Just
I
like-
have
just like
heard that season 4 is going to adapt 11 volumes in 12 episodes.
Stop that! No. All right,
It's gonna be
I've-
Route A
okay, so
all over
that's what you
again.
call it, dumpster fire.
for
That's what you
season
call it.
3, for season 3, I've heard 2 different people say it's good and it's bad. I've heard one person say that it's better than both seasons, and I heard from someone else that it is the worst season. So I might check it out.
Back to the sub dub thing though.
Okay.
Do you like, because I had only watched, because I first started watching anime on Adult Swim, so it was all dubs for like years. Like I had barely known or like really paid attention to like that, like people had it in sub first. I wasn't really into the like having like fan subs or anything like that. If I had seen it, it had probably been out for a while, and then it was already on Adult Swim, so probably it was old news by then. And then I had caught up to Shippuden, to the point where they were like the sub was like 80 or something episodes ahead, and like I was still waiting for dubs, and I was like, I'm not gonna wait anymore. I want to know what happens. So then I just started watching the subs, and then now I can't. Now if I watch like. And then I didn't finish Shippuden. I got like really close, which is kind of a thing that bugs me, but not really because I know what happens anyway. But like, I'd watched like hundreds of episodes of Shippuden in sub after that. And now like, if I hear Naruto in English, it sounds weird, or any of them really in English. It sounds odd, but I still prefer a dub, mostly because I think it was babies first. You know, it was my first way. It was my first way of enjoying it. And to be honest, I think it's a simpler way of enjoying it. Like I could be cleaning up my room and hear the show. Whereas if it's a sub, I gotta be, I gotta be paying attention. And
I did that with the Orin High School Host Club.
There you go.
Like I multitasked while watching that, and I still understand the show better than some people.
But okay, how do you, Justin? Do you watch both, or are you like a strict Nazi to one way or the other? Or
I have absolutely no preference. I don't care if it's sub or dub.
Mm-hmm.
If I watch something in English, I'm most likely going to finish it in English, and it's the same thing with Japanese. But if there's a few exceptions to that, because I first started Higurashi in English, and I thought that was a terrible idea, so I switched it to Japanese. There's a few exceptions to that.
Yeah, I find if I start one audio track, it's really hard to go to another, unless like one thing I really love to do. Yeah, one thing I really love to do is whenever there's character like English or like characters trying to speak English, or like a scene. Okay, like Your Lie in April. I had watched it in dub, and then there's a specific moment where he's they're in like a cafe, and he's teaching. There's these kids, and he's showing them how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then Kaori, I think her name is, starts to sing it, and I was like, in my head, I was watching the dub, and I was like, hold on. I wonder how this was in the first audio track. So then I switched it on Netflix. I switched it to sub just to hear her. Further,
did they go Kira Kira Hikari?
No,
or did they Twinkle Twinkle Little
It was the latter.
Star?
She went Twinkle 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 Little Star. How I wonder what you are, like that. Of course, a slightly girlier voice than what I just did. But
look, if that was Kaori's voice, then the voice actress is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
If I do an abridged, it's gonna be Scryed abridged. So you'll hear my voice.
No one will watch it.
Me and Justin.
Yeah, we're the only two people that like Scryed in the YouTube community.
Maybe Bob Samurai. We'll see
Maybe.
in a couple weeks when he does his review. But Art, how are you? Yeah, he is. The internet is going to get a lot of Scryed pretty soon.
Yeah,
Scryed content. But Art, how do you feel on the great debate of sub? Or how did you versus how are you now?
The first thing I'll say is I refuse to watch Black Clover in Japanese.
What, you don't want to hear the kids scream?
Asta sounds like a complete fucking shit.
I refuse to watch Black Clover after episode 1.
and I don't know what the dub sounds like. If the dub is somehow worse than that, I will not watch Black Clover at all. Not that I was ever planning to, but if I'm ever bored one day and want to watch Black Clover.
I showed him that video of episode 1 where Ozwa is just screaming constantly. And that's the make it or break it if you want to watch Black Clover, I feel.
Yep, that's it. That's the gist of it.
If you can handle it, then go for it. If you can't, you're probably not going to enjoy it. Because it's 50 episodes long.
I'll watch a dub usually if it isn't simul-dubbed.
Okay.
Because I feel like simul-dubs are, while they're a good idea, I think they're lacking in quality.
Okay. I never watch currently airing stuff.
Well, yeah, that's another reason I stopped watching currently airing stuff.
Okay, so for example, if you have a show that you've been waiting on watching for years, what would be like your default? Like Duskbane of Amnesia. How did you watch that?
I would look at the voice actors.
Okay.
And if I saw English voice actors I don't like, I won't watch it. If I saw Japanese voice actors I don't like, I won't watch it.
Okay.
And then usually the two make it or break it voice actors for watching it. Like, if Crispin Freeman's in it for English, I'll watch it in English. If Takahiro Koyasu's in it in Japanese, I'll watch it in Japanese.
What about Mamoru Miyano?
I'm not as big a fan of Miyano as I am.
Oh my
Koyasu,
god.
but
I am a mad scientist.
but Koyasu, he sang that song in Rosario Vampire. He's Dio. No, but and then female wise, I would probably say I don't have a default make it or break it for English, but for Japanese would probably Yuki Aoi. She's fairly new over like the past 5 years.
Okay.
I
do like the girl that plays Shauna from Shakugan no Shauna. Although I did watch it in English, I also have seen some of it in Japanese, and I know that the girl that does Shauna is a famous, like, she also did the girl in Toradora. She's like the tsundere lolly.
Yeah, because her, Shauna, and the girl from The Familiar of Zero were all the same voice, I believe.
Yeah. Begins with an R. It's like
Rie Kugimiya.
There you go.
I believe. I don't have I don't have a default for like a bad for Japanese, but if I figure out who Asta's voice actor is, that would probably be it.
Oh,
hey, give the guy some credit. He's new.
I don't care. So was Micah Solisad when he did Soul Eater, and he did a great job. So
the girl that played Ichigo in Darling in the Franxx was a first timer too. She did pretty good.
Yeah.
Matoy won't watch Black Lagoon subbed. I wouldn't either. Black Lagoon.
I wouldn't either. That's completely fine. My two no-goes for English. A lot of people know this already. Greg Ayres and Monica Rial.
I like Greg Ayres. I've met him twice.
I think we talked about Greg Ayres once, where like he does have like really good roles, but like most of the roles that he is put in.
It's the same voice every time.
It's the same voice every time.
Yep.
And
I get that.
It's the same voice every time because it's the same characters every time.
Yep.
The problem with Monica is it's not the same characters every time. She just does the same voice every time.
Yeah.
Watamode dub.
That's like one of the only voices of hers I can stand, though.
I didn't like because I love the Japanese voice. I don't even know who the actress is, but I just liked.
I think she fit for it because it was so cringy.
I was okay with Monica being in Ghost Stories because nobody gave a shit about it.
No one gave a shit about Ghost Stories.
I really like Kirk Thornton.
Greg Ayres as Kaoru in the Ava redub. They should have just They should have just had Jerry Jewell do that.
I was also not a fan of Greg Ayres in the Dead Man Wonderland dub.
You mean Dead Man Wonderland, the anime where you had the dynamic duo of Greg Ayres and Monica Rial?
It's just like Another. So you must not like the Another dub either.
I didn't watch it dubbed.
With the Another dub, Greg Ayres doesn't sound like Greg Ayres. So it doesn't matter.
I mean, I could tell it was him.
Greg Ayres was in Jormungand.
Yeah, he was in Jormungand, the blonde guy.
He was in Jormungand, and I didn't mind him in that role.
No, he was good. He was an adult. There you go. That's what we're saying. He's a different type of character. He's not teenage boy that's like, wow, what's going on? Are we in a hot tub? Look at the boobies. Like, no, in Jormungand, he's the sniper guy, right?
He's like a secondary sniper dude.
There's my Greg Ayres impression, by the way.
But
can somebody like go back in the stream, record that, and at Greg Ayres on Twitter?
No, he comes to Anime Boston every year and does a great Q&A, and he's actually a really funny dude.
When somebody
question goes... for that guy with the beard in the back. You got your hand up. What is it? Did you see my impression of you on YouTube?
Oh
no! Can I see it now?
You told me that he was good in Chrono Crusade.
I really like Chrono Crusade, so I'm kind of biased. But yes, I like because he has a lot of range in that show because Chrono goes through many of the emotions during that show's run.
Okay, opinions on Todd Haberkorn.
He would be the guy, Death the Kid, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be the only role I know off the top. I like him as Death the Kid.
He was Natsu in Fairy Tail.
Oh, well, I don't. I was done with Fairy Tail the minute I heard Happy go, "Aye!" So that was.
He was Alan Walker in D. Gray Man.
I think not Greg Ayres, Todd Haberkorn made Watch Mojo better.
I do know he's on their channel a lot.
Yeah. And every video he does is like 10,000 times better than any of their videos.
Oh, yeah, when they pronounce everyone's name wrong. And Naruto and Sasuke need to find Sakura, and if you're going to make a fucking video that you know is going to get 50 bajillion views, like, at least talk to one person that's seen the show that knows how the names sound.
I don't think that's the worst part.
Even if it's not, like, the correct pronunciation, like, at least close.
Yes, please be close.
I don't think that is the worst part. I think most of the people on that staff are just bland and boring, robotic, like no personality fucks.
That too. Like Todd Haberkorn, like actually brought his personality into those videos.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys watch these, but they videotape everything in Hawaii for their Kawaii Con. And they do ask an anime character, and Todd Haberkorn usually steals the show.
I've seen that before.
Same thing with Vic Mignogna.
I like when they have.
What is it like? They ask like they have like a set of characters, and the voice actors are there, and it's like, hey, Death the Kid, how would you feel about if you were in bed with Maka? And he would answer in Death the Kid's voice.
Yeah. And they'll have on the screen, like a projector screen, say if they had Stephanie Sheh, they'd have Orihime, Hinata, and like Erika from Erika 7. Okay. So like everybody gets like 3 of their characters. So like you can ask like, and then sometimes they'll ask them to like converse with each other. So like I saw one where they had Stephanie Sheh have this like really boring conversation between Orihime and Hinata, where it went like nowhere because they're both just like, it's nice to meet you, I guess.
Hey, what do you think of Ichigo's dick? I think I like Naruto's more.
Oh my! I got you this medicine.
One of the good ones was when Bryce Papenbrook showed up, and he had to answer questions with Kirito, and even Bryce knows that Kirito's not a good character. But that's another voice actor I want to bring up is Bryce Papenbrook, because that guy's been in everything recently.
I don't know him. I've heard Kirito before.
Kirito? I believe he's Eren Yeager.
He is.
Oh, I fucking hate Aaron as a character. So, but his voice is alright, I guess.
He's
I think he peaked as Nagito.
He was also Makoto from Danganronpa.
Yeah, but I think his Nagito voice was more like it had more personality in it.
Yeah, he was also in Durarara.
So was everyone.
I think
there's a lot of voices.
Was he Izaya?
I think he was Izaya, but that might have been Johnny Young Bosch.
No, Izaya is Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Izaya was Johnny Young Bosch. Shizuo was Crispin Freeman.
So was the blonde dude?
He was Masomi.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that guy's voice a lot. Then, okay, because I really like Masomi.
1, Masomi Kita. 2, Masomi Kita.
Who was Russian Sushi?
Kita. Who played Simon? Yeah, Simon's voice was fucking amazing.
Russia Sushi, yes.
You eat at Russia Sushi, yes.
Oh, great show.
He was Patrick Sates.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Who I've seen pictures of everywhere. He played Sloth in Brotherhood.
Such a pain.
Agil in SAO. Gamagori in Kill La Kill. He's playing Endeavor, I guess, in My Hero Academia.
Ooh, that's what I wanted to bring up. If you watch Hero Aka,
he's playing Dio in Stardust Crusaders.
Dio? Surprise! You thought it would be Dio, but it's Patrick Seitz.
You thought it would be me, Masaomi Kita, but it's no. You thought it would be me, Rasha Sushi, but it's not. Yo.
They should have a Ask an Anime character where they have Simon and they have Dio talk to each other.
Would you eat that Rasha Sushi, Mr. Blonde Man?
I want to see one. I want to see one where Miasma shows up and one of the characters is Sango, and I just want to.
Kelly Sheridan, dude. She's busy doing Barbie stuff. She's Barbie.
It'll be an hour long of nothing but Miasma and Sango asking questions.
I would record it on my phone. It would be like, can you just say these phrases? It would be like the episode of Watamote where she goes to meet the voice actor and she has all these like weird things for him to say.
And she's like sitting there editing it.
She records it all. Just like, can you please say I'll always be here for you? Yeah, that would be me. But Kelly Sheridan, fun fact, voice of Sango and Inuyasha, has not done that much anime stuff because she got the role of Barbie for all of those like CG movies. So, which they used to do a lot of, and the video games and stuff.
I'm sure she's making a shitload of money from that.
Yeah. So now when I hear, like my sister, I have a younger sister who had a bunch of Barbie DVDs. Whenever I would hear, I'd be like, "Is that Sango?" Because it's the same. It's like pretty much the same voice. It's just a little kinder, because her life isn't filled with fucking demons that killed her family. But
she's just a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Barbie world, and she doesn't have a Hiraiko's demon bone meringue. But yeah, it's like I'd be like, "Holy shit, is that Sango?" But
you see, back in my day, sis, that was actually a good voice.
Oh my god! All right, so this has been cool. We've talked about how we've grown, and how even though we really haven't changed, maybe we're still the same old fuckboys that we were in the past. You know,
I'm surprised nobody talked about Emoto anime.
Oh my god, that's for another chat. That's because Barbie is the demon in that world. Yes, Barbie is the demon. She's gone full circle. She's gone from hunting demons to being the demon.
So hold on, is this like Abe Lincoln, Empire Hunter?
It's exactly the same, and they're both historically accurate.
It's just Barbie.
Oh,
the demon within.
Barbie, the oh my god! All right, on that note, on the idea of Barbie having a demonic presence.
This is gonna be a fan fiction. This is gonna happen.
Oh my god. Wait, she's not a demon. She's a devil woman. She's tied to Devil Man now. Oh my god. Okay. Barbie Crybaby 2019.
Get Miasma, get a Devilman no Uta playing.
Oh god. And just have Kelly Sheridan's face or Barbie's face in the background.
No, I'm telling you right now. Take your headset off, unplug it, put your speakers on, get Devilman no Uta playing, and go in the back and start dancing to it.
No, it's okay. We're all good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming and listening to us talk about Barbie. Yes. I promise this is the #1 rated Barbie podcast on the internet. Thank you.
Next time we're going to talk about Bratz.
Yeah. When's the new Bratz anime coming out?
Yeah.
What will come out first? Bratz 2 or Cory in the House 2?
What about Polly Pocket?
Polly Pocket's a bitch. She's just a tease. Oh my god, here come the police sirens. All right. Thank you to my good friends J Chip from the J Chip Show and Art of Anime. Please check out their channels and put money in their Patreons.
Yes.
Do that.
Justin Chipman from the J Chip Show, also known as J Chip.
Justin Jebediah Chipman, who I may or may not have just made up a middle name for.
My middle name is Anthony.
No, it's not.
Which he advertises on his YouTube channel in his graduation video.
Yep.
Nice. What you need to advertise is that air conditioner behind you, because that's pretty much
this air conditioner is awesome.
Right now.
Is it even on?
Fixes, no, it's not on. Duct tape fixes everything.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. And we'll see you next week where we promise to continue talking about Barbie and Bratz and all of the above. Thank you guys. See you next time.
My Little Pony.
No MLP.